Welcome to the WindowBook data distribution video. This video is designed to show you how to configure the WindowBook scheduler to allow a daily update of your dropship and labeling list data without you being required to download and run the database update manually. This way you can be assured that your data is up to date at all times. First, there are some system requirements. In order to install and use the scheduler, you will need to have .NET Framework 3.5 and Windows XP or higher on your network and workstations for the scheduler to work. The components for the scheduler are the WindowBook scheduler and the dropship data plugin. So we're going to start with the installation. The first step is to install the WindowBook scheduler. You have to install that first because the plugins require it to be already there for them to install properly. So we'll start with the installation. Current version of the scheduler is 7.02. The installation should be pretty straightforward. On this screen, if you are installing locally and you're going to do your data conversion locally, then you can use a system account. If you're installing on a network, we recommend that you use a computer domain account. Type in the username here and the password here for that username in case you need to do work on network drives, which our local system account will not allow. For this demonstration, we're just going to be doing a standalone installation, so I'll use the local system account. So the scheduler has now been installed, and now we'll install the plugin, the data distribution plugin, just called the Destination Data Download plugin. So I will install that now. Again, it's a normal Windows installation. Okay, so we've now successfully installed the scheduler and the dropship data plugins. When the installation is complete, you will have under All Programs a section called WindowBook.net, a group called WindowBook.net, and a link to the WindowBook scheduler. So you want to click that to start the scheduler in order to configure it. So this is the scheduler control center, and what we're going to need to do is insert the plugins and configure them. So we'll start with the dropship data plugin, which is the daily information from the Postal Service, which includes any changes to BMCs, SCFs, DDUs, etc. And the information in these is updated on a daily basis. So we're going to call this the dropship data plugin. Now let's call it dropship data download. Now you have to choose the plugin from the drop-down menu. It's this one here called dropship data plugin at the top. And we're going to schedule this to go once a day. In this section, you can schedule the time that you want the plugin to run. It's probably best to schedule it during off hours. It can, of course, be scheduled whenever you want. I'm going to schedule this for a few minutes from now. There's also a configuration button. You want to configure it for the dropship data route path. This is where the actual data conversion takes place before the data is applied. Generally, you want this to be a local drive. And then the dropship data status XML file location is your data path, your PMW data path, which is where the data itself is stored. This you generally do not have to configure. It will know where this is based on your installation of the program of DAPMail or Postmaster or whatever program you're updating the data for. This you can put anywhere you like. We have a default of download and then /dropship. That will be created if it doesn't exist. So we're going to do once per day, 9:25 a.m. So you click Insert to set up the configuration and then save in order to save it. As you can see, the service is actually running it. It started up after the installation was completed. So we're going to click Save here. Now the next plugin we're going to install is the On-Demand plugin for Dropship Data. This plugin allows you to update the data within a few minutes to the latest version. So Dropship Data On-Demand plugin. And we're going to, this one should run every 2 or 3 minutes. Let's say every 2 minutes. And under daily frequency, you click occurs every 2 and then choose minutes. What will happen is this will run consistently, and then when you if you ever do need a dropship data on demand, you can click the link inside of DAPMail or Postmaster or whatever program, and it will give you the data the next time it runs, the latest version of the dropship data. So again, configuration is the same. There's a root path and a status XML file location. This should not be changed unless you're changing the location of Postmaster or DAPMail or whatever program you're running to a different data path. But normally that would be the default on a standalone installation. And this you can put anywhere you like. It makes sense to keep it the same as the Dropship Data Download plugin. We'll do the same for the labeling list plugins, so there'll be a download plugin and an on-demand plugin. We recommend running this plugin twice a week. Labeling list data is not updated nearly as often as the dropship data. Again, the on-demand plugin should be set to run every few minutes. Having configured these, you can now save it. This will now run on the schedule as you've created it.